Our planet is covered by millions of kilometers of asphalt and dirt roads, but some of them are built for survival rather than travel. In these places, the line between a journey home and a fall into an eternal abyss is measured by just a few centimeters under your car's tires. Today, we will embark on a journey along 8 of the deadliest routes in the world, where every wrong turn of the steering wheel becomes your last. Fasten your seatbelts, because these roads do not forgive mistakes and demand maximum concentration from anyone who dares to drive on them. The Death Road in Bolivia used to claim hundreds of human lives every year until an alternative safe route was constructed. This narrow clay serpentine, barely 3 meters wide, winds along the sheer slopes of the Andes at an altitude of over 3,000 meters. There are practically no guardrails here, and frequent tropical rains turn the surface into a slippery, muddy mess. Imagine driving an overloaded bus through a thick fog, knowing that a kilometer-deep abyss yawns to your left. Water flows down the windshield, the wipers cannot cope, and the silhouette of an oncoming truck suddenly emerges from the darkness. According to local rules, drivers descending are obliged to drive on the very edge of the cliff to see their tires better. You slowly press against the empty space, feeling the soft soil begin to crumble right under your heavy rear wheel. Passengers inside the cabin freeze, afraid to take an extra breath and disturb the fragile balance on the brink of falling. The memory of cars that plunged into the abyss is preserved only by numerous wooden crosses installed along the roadside. Today, this route attracts extreme sports enthusiasts from all over the world, but its deadly nature remains beyond. The high-altitude Karakoram Highway is often called the 8th wonder of the world, but this beauty hides a mortal danger. The road is laid through the most severe mountain ranges of the planet at an altitude of almost 5,000 meters above sea level. The construction of this road claimed the lives of nearly 1,000 workers who blasted granite rocks under conditions of oxygen deprivation. Today, drivers here face the constant threat of sudden landslides, massive rockfalls, and destructive snow avalanches. Imagine driving through a narrow corridor while millions of tons of unstable rock loom directly over your car. A sudden tremor of the earth makes small stones tap on the roof of the car, foretelling an imminent giant landslide. The thin air makes your head spin, your reaction slows down, and another unlit turn over a raging river awaits you ahead. A single moment of inattention due to fatigue can easily send your vehicle into the churning torrent at the bottom of a deep canyon. Local residents are used to the danger, but even they try not to travel on the highway during the dark hours of the day. This road demands absolute submission from a person before the wild and unpredictable power of the Great Asian Mountains. The Guoliang Tunnel was carved into a sheer cliff by 13 local villagers who used only hammers and chisels. This unique road, just over a kilometer long, replaced a dangerous stone staircase that was the village's only connection to the world. The workers carved 30 makeshift windows in the rock face, through which crushed granite was thrown out. Today, driving through this dim stone corridor, which is only 4 meters wide, tests the nerves of the most experienced drivers. Imagine moving slowly inside a damp cave while your side mirrors almost touch the uneven stone walls. Through the huge open gaps in the tunnel wall, you can see a dizzying precipice and the peaks of distant green mountains. Stone dust settles on the hood, and passing an oncoming car turns into a highly complex geometric quest. A mistake in calculating the trajectory of motion threatens either a hard impact against the rock or a fall into the abyss. Many builders gave their lives for this path, which is now considered a monument to incredible human will. This hand-carved cave still makes every traveler hold their breath before the greatness of the peasant's feat. The Zojila Pass is a crucial transportation hub in India, but its condition terrifies unprepared tourists. This unpaved road with no surface coating rises to an altitude of over 3,500 meters. Protective barriers are completely absent here, and constant strong winds threaten to blow light vehicles into the abyss. Imagine trying to overcome this climb in a heavy truck during a prolonged monsoon rain. The road turns into a viscous swamp, the wheels spin, and the vehicle slowly slides toward the edge of the eroded clay shoulder. Streams of water pour onto the roof from above, while clouds hover below you, hiding the true depth of the gorge. The situation is complicated by the fact that huge caravans of trucks and herds of cattle move along this narrow lane simultaneously. Passing oncoming traffic here is only possible through precise maneuvering within a few millimeters of a fatal fall. In winter, the pass is completely covered by a thick layer of snow, which makes any movement on it absolutely impossible. Zojila Pass tests the limits of not only technology, but also the very nervous system of every brave driver. Many people deservedly consider the Kishtwar-Killar road in the Himalayas to be the most terrifying dirt route on the entire planet. The path is a narrow ledge literally carved into the vertical wall of a massive granite mountain. Sharp rock overhangs loom over the road, and powerful mountain waterfalls fall directly onto the roofs of passing cars. Imagine driving along a wet stone ledge while your tires slide on damp and dirty clay. One of your wheels occasionally hangs in the air over an abyss deeper than 600 meters. Below rages the fierce Chandrabhaga mountain river, ready to instantly swallow anyone who makes the slightest mistake. The driver has no room for maneuvering, as the width of the passage in some places barely exceeds the dimensions of a regular SUV. The sound of falling water drowns out the roar of the engine, creating a sense of complete isolation from the rest of the civilized world. Landslides occur regularly here, which can trap travelers on the narrow ledge without any hope of help. This Himalayan route is designed only for those who are ready to look into the eyes of the primal fear of heights. The Dalton Highway stretches through the endless snowy expanses of Alaska straight to the shores of the Arctic Ocean. This desolate gravel road, more than 600 kilometers long, was built to service oil fields. There is practically no mobile network, gas stations, or medical clinics for hundreds of miles around. The main danger here is giant trucks that rush at huge speeds and kick up clouds of gravel. Imagine a swarm of sharp rocks flying at your windshield from under the wheels of an oncoming truck. In winter, visibility drops to zero due to extreme polar blizzards, and the temperature falls below -50 degrees. The highway becomes covered with a thick layer of black ice, turning the control of a multi-ton vehicle into a deadly slide. An engine breakdown in these conditions means inevitable and very rapid frostbite without emergency help from rescuers. The wild nature of Alaska is harsh, and lonely drivers can rely only on their preparation and supply of food. The Dalton Highway does not forgive carelessness and demands extreme endurance and composure from every traveler. The Passage du Gois connects the mainland of France with the island of Noirmoutier, but this road does not always exist. Twice a day during high tide, this 4-kilometer stone highway disappears completely under the water. The height of the churning ocean tide above the road surface can reach an impressive 4 meters. Imagine that you started driving on a dry road, but did not calculate the exact time of the ocean tide. Water begins to rise rapidly from all sides, flooding the wheels and exhaust of your passenger car. On the wet cobblestones, tires lose grip due to slippery algae, and panic prevents you from making the right decision. High rescue towers with wooden ladders are installed along the entire route specifically for stranded drivers. You're forced to abandon your drowning car to the mercy of the salty elements and climb up in anticipation of help. The ocean ruthlessly claims dozens of trapped cars every year, turning them into piles of rusty scrap metal. This treacherous road clearly proves that the tide schedule can be more important than any traffic regulations. The Canning Stock Route in Australia is considered one of the longest and most isolated dirt routes in the world. The path, almost 2,000 kilometers long, crosses 4 barren deserts with endless sand dunes. There is not a single settlement here, and summer air temperatures regularly exceed 45 degrees. The main danger of this road lies in the absolute absence of drinking water, fuel, and any external help. Imagine that in the middle of an endless ocean of red-hot sand, your car's engine completely fails. There is not a single living soul for hundreds of kilometers around, and your supply of fresh water is rapidly running out. The exhausting heat melts plastic, and the scorching wind blows fine dust into every crack of your SUV. Overcoming every high sand dune requires immense driving experience in extreme desert conditions. An error in calculating food supplies or a breakdown of communication devices here often leads to a tragic end. The Canning Stock Route remains a harsh test that only the most prepared and desperate daredevils can complete. All 8 of these roads prove daily that the planet is still capable of dictating its harsh terms to humanity. We are used to the comfort and safety of modern highways, but at these points on the planet, the rules of the game change forever. Behind every successful journey along these routes is the incredible courage of drivers and the eternal memory of those who did not return home. And as long as car wheels continue to roll along the edge of the abyss, these deadly paths will captivate our imagination.